Welcome back to West Fork. It looks like we're getting our last little dose of winter. Go ahead, Dick. This is nasty slick up here today. Whew, there's not enough snow this year to kick steps. I just gotta be careful. Alright, we made it to this nice big tree, and it's pretty much sheltered from the snow, and it's really pretty up here. Yeah, me and my trail dog Tig's on the sniff today. She likes to look for fresh tracks in the snow. Feels really good to get out. Sarah and I both have been down with the flu last couple weeks, and I'm just getting to where I can get up here and stomp around, and man, it's so good. So good to get out here. Yeah, this is the back side of our property. I should come up here every day. It's really pretty up here. There's a great view. But I'm either too tired or too lazy most of the time. A pretty easy day today. I got a few chores to do down at the cabin. I got to bring in some wood, of course. And we were getting ready to do some spring chores. I was going to build a rock fire pit, and that's going to have to wait now until the snow melts. I was down at the farm store the other day, and they had seed potatoes for sale, and they were awful expensive, so I think I might sort through what potatoes I have and see if I can find some good seed potatoes in there for this year's crop. And we got some new onion sets. I have to store those because it'll be a while before we're able to get those in the ground. Just a rest day, trying to get feeling better. Oh, and one other thing, I got a huge update for the chicken flock. We made some big changes in the chicken house, and we made some major moves in the surplus egg department. So I'll show you that toward the end of the video. We're gonna hang out up here for a little while, and we'll see you back at the cabin. It's perfectly quiet out here. It's just awesome. Only thing I've heard is a flock of turkeys and some squirrels and a few nuthatches in the trees. Otherwise, it's been pretty quiet. It's pretty nice. There's always a peacefulness that comes with the snow. Are you coming? I've had a few viewers over the years comment that it's too bad we have to burn this old softwood, this fir. This is Douglas fir, so it's not really a true fir. It has its own genus and species, Pseudotsuga menzesii, I think it's called, but it's very dense. It's a lot like larch or tamarack, and it has a lot of resin in it, so it burns really hot. And this stuff, this is some really old wood. It's very, very dense, and it holds a coal bed for a long time. And it has about the same amount of BTUs as red maple. So this is our go-to firewood around here, and we burn a lot of larch and a lot of lodgepole pine. Well, it looks like Sarah is ready to go down here. We have some repairs to make to these old wooden raised beds. Are starting to rot in the corners in a couple places, so I'm gonna kind of splice them together this year. Yeah, so there's no water in here yet. It's a little bit too cold to plant anything, but we'll have to turn the power on as soon as it warms up a little bit and the weather gets a little better. A lot of people think we're off grid here, but we're actually not. We're on grid, which is really nice, as we can pump water for our gardens and grow most of our own food. But we are ready in case the grid ever goes down. This is our garden well here. It's been here a long time, for many years, and it's still 6 feet deep. I check the depth every once in a while, but you can pump out of it for quite a while. We kind of have to cycle our garden watering so it doesn't go dry, but so far it does a pretty good job. And we have it winterized right now, but everything's ready to go. We just have to hook everything up together and hook all the pipes together and prime the pump, and then we can put a little heater in here to keep it from freezing and do a little early spring irrigation. And then if things ever really do get bad, we always have the creek here to dip water out of, and we could probably filter it too. There's quite a few folks around here that dip water out of the creek for everything. They don't have any plumbing or anything like that, so a person can always get by. And then for drinking water, I built a special contraption at the back of our property where our good spring-fed well is. And I like to show it off, so let's head up that way and I'll show you the contraption I rigged up to get water out of that well during an off-grid situation. This is just a simple pump called an EMAS pump. It's used in third world countries to get drinking water to impoverished people, and it works really good. I drilled a hole in the top of the well cap, and I have a pipe, a little casing. It's a pipe inside of a pipe, so there's a foot valve on the outside pipe at the bottom, and a little marble valve that I made as a check valve. So when you push down, it forces water up this pipe here, which is PVC under there a ways. I just put like a 6-foot piece of metal on here so it would be rigid. But yeah, it delivers high pressure. It's not a high volume pump, so it'll take a while to fill this bucket up, but it's good to keep it flushed out. So I'm gonna see how long it takes me to fill this bucket up here. I think if I put a little hose on there, I wouldn't spill so much. It's half full. Really clear looking water. There's a little bit of sediment in the bottom, like maybe some rust particles from the casing, but it looks clear enough to drink. I'll put a link in the description in case you want to convert your deep well into an EMAS hand pump. In case the lights go out, you can get some drinking water. Got about 5 gallons now. That ought to last a while. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's nice looking water. A little bit of sediment in the bottom, but not much at all, and it hasn't been flushed out in about a year. I think you can see that sediment. It looks like little rust particles there. But the water itself looks pretty clear. There's a hole, a drain hole in the bottom, so it'll automatically drain itself in the winter so it doesn't freeze up. I'm just gonna have to try a sip of this. No sediment in my cup. Looks good. Has a slight iron taste, but it's not overpowering. Could definitely filter this. It would be just like mountain spring water. Okay, I want to fill you in on the chicken situation. Oh, dropped my glove. Yeah, I'll show you what we did with the eggs. I had a lot of great suggestions, and we've preserved about 150 of the eggs. We still have probably 100 more to go. I think we're going to try to pickle some. And as you remember, we had so many eggs, we were afraid they were going to go to waste. So we gave a lot away to friends. We sold a few of them, but we still couldn't keep up. So this is what we did. Sarah saves all these little sour cream and yogurt containers, cottage cheese containers. And we found that 14 eggs will fit inside one of these containers. So we whipped them up in a blender and poured them in here, froze them solid. We have, I think there was 11 packages there. So that's enough eggs to last us a long time. When the chickens are molting, we'll fall back on this stash. They're hard as a rock. In the containers, we took one out and we tried it. It was delicious. And what a great, quick way to preserve the eggs. The egg stash has dwindled down. And the hens aren't laying quite as many eggs as they were because we eliminated some of the hens in an interesting way, which I'll share with you later in the video. But yeah, Sarah just washed up a few dozen to have in our refrigerator. And these just rolled in yesterday and the day before. A couple days ago it was pretty warm outside. They laid 8 eggs. And then yesterday I think we only got 4, but yeah, they're real fresh. Tasty and delicious. Yeah, the problem we're having with Kennebecs is they get really scabby. And also we make soup a lot, so when you cook these up in the soup they just kind of crumble apart. There's some Yukon Golds in here that make good seed, and also some German butterballs, which we love. It's kind of hard to tell them apart. And the Yukons are supposed to have pink sprouts. I'm not seeing any pink in these boxes though. These are definitely Kennebecs. They're huge. And they're getting soft already. They don't keep all that good. Maybe I'll let this go a little bit longer. I'm going to let these eyes grow a little bit longer. I think I'll be able to tell them apart. Yeah, we got our yellow onion seed. That's what these are. Here, we plant these little starts every year, and they, man, some of them get huge. but most of them are medium sized like this. We get about an apple box of onions out of each bag. And these bags are like $3 a piece. And that gives us enough onions. I mean, these onions here keep really well. These are hard as a rock, so they'll keep all the way into July or August or maybe even longer. So these are not going to go to waste. And then by the time we finish all these, we go through a lot of onions when we make soup, and we do all of our own home cooking. So by the time we finish these will be ready to start harvesting. And I also got yesterday in town these beautiful Walla Walla Sweet onion sets. And they're really nice looking, but I can't plant these here till probably May. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to store them, because they'll just rot in this plastic bag. So I got to figure that out. Yeah, I found this nice little flower pot out in the boneyard. It'll work just right. Just enough room in there for those onions. Just got to steal a little Sarah's private stash of peat moss. Down in the valley, everybody's ready to plant onions already, and we live up here in the mountains, and it's a lot colder up here. We got frost June 20th a couple years ago. They get the Walla Walla Sweets in so early that by the time we're ready to plant, they're gone. There's none available. So I got smart and I start looking around first part of March, middle of March. Anyway, we got some good fresh ones. Feels perfect now. Nice and moist. I think this is going to work pretty good. From what I've read, you have to take the rubber bands off and kind of spread them out and give them a little room to breathe. Man, they give you a lot too. Look at all these. Those are really fat, nice onion starts. Yeah, that'll work. One time I bought some, I ordered them, and I still couldn't plant for another month. The guy I ordered them from said just stick them in the freezer, or in the refrigerator in the salad drawer, in the plastic bag. That's the snowplow. So I put them in the plastic bag, I put them in the salad drawer just like he said, and man, they didn't last very long. By the time we got ready to plant, most of them were dead. Alright, got them all in there, healed in. I think most of them will make it. Give them a little air to breathe. Hanging out in there with their buddies. We'll give it a try. You guys better look out. Want some more grain? Oh yeah, those are good girls. Yeah, just like that, we're down to 8 hens, which is the perfect amount for us. We're getting about between 4 and 8 eggs a day right now. And the neighbor's buying a few, plus we're still getting plenty to eat, so it's working out really good and not going through quite so much feed. They were really pigging out there, so I was going to make chicken soup. I mentioned it to a friend of mine and he goes, yeah, you got too many chickens. You might have to do the deed. Boy, I got to thinking about that. I slept on that and really didn't feel like it, so I put them up for sale. I stuck them up on Facebook Marketplace and they disappeared in about an hour. So I sold 5 hens We have 8 left, and there's a lot more harmony in here because there's a little more room for them. I think they're all getting along a little bit better. Already getting some eggs this morning. 3, 5 beautiful eggs today. Maybe you might get 1 or 2 more later today. I'll have to check. Anyway, now we have 8. They're Rhode Island Reds and Hard Rocks. They're all just getting along fine now. Well, I think that's all I have to do today. I'm going to spend most of the afternoon in the cabin, sitting by the warm fire. I think I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, kick back and relax for a little bit. I thank you for stopping by, and I hope you're all having a great week. Until next time, this is West Fork, over and out. Eggs for the railroad man. Sometimes 8, sometimes 10. That'd be enough for the railroad man. Go hen, pluck and sing. Ain't laid an egg since late last spring. Go hen, pluck and call. Ain't laid an egg since late last fall.